It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hi, everybody. What's up? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I am back. Okay, so, girl, I was under the weather. I was not feeling good Monday or Tuesday. I didn't even know today was Wednesday. Okay? So I'm still recovering, but I'm good enough to come to y'all with the bullshit. Okay? And to be honest, I low-key want to come to y'all for a public live for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because first of all, I feel like it ain't enough of me out here on these streets. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Right? What's going on? Also, I just feel like I need for everybody to possibly see my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It feels like I'm going to reinforce why Carlos doesn't like me. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm going to reinforce why them people do not like me. Okay? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. One more, okay? Okay. Ooh, girl, hold up. I did see a few little slices, a few little pieces from Shamia and Carlos' interview. I don't know, y'all. I didn't like a lot. Girl, we'll look at some clips after we get through this review, child. That's what we'll do. And then I'll come back to y'all later once I've eaten and shit, and we can do Love and Marriage Huntsville, and let's see if I'll do a little taste of the Bell Collective, because they ain't got shit really going on with them. Like, I don't even know why I'm really here, girl. I almost felt like, should I review Bell Collective? Because what the fuck? They ain't got nothing going on. They ain't got nothing going on that I want to talk about, girl. Okay? Yeah, I just washed my hair. Shit wet. Ugh. All right. Are we ready? Hi. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Thank you for joining me. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget about BondyBlue Bites, my secondary channel. I have been releasing clips all weekend over there, so y'all can go and watch shorter clips of my BondyBlue shows. So if you don't like the long form lives and you might want to see me talk about a few things here or there, you can go to BondyBlue Bites and you'll find it all, girl. Okay? Yes. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, after this, I'm definitely going to need a Reset by Design wellness trip, okay? And don't forget, we're going to Mauritius in September. So if you would like to purchase a ticket to come along with us to East Africa to have a luxurious experience for, 10 days? Check the link down below in the description box. You can sign up with a firm, girl. You got to get out this country every now and again. It is very vital because you never know. And if you ain't never left before, if you ain't never been nowhere before, this is the perfect opportunity for you to come with a group of people. You can feel, safety in numbers and with black women's, okay? Black women specifically, okay? So yeah, y'all, sign up if you're trying to come through. The trip is in September. And this will be our, what is this? How many trips have we been on? We went to Ghana. We went to Thailand. We went to Bali. We went to Thailand again. Okay. And now we're going to Mauritius. So yeah, if you're trying to roll, come on through, girl. Come on through. Hey, Kayla, girl. No, I do not watch Heart and Hustle. It seems like a good show, but I don't watch it. Thank you for watching the bites just to support. I appreciate that. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it as well. All right, because don't nobody want you to watch stuff that you don't enjoy. Okay, so yeah. And that's really for the people that don't like the long form lives. And also, just in case you want to keep up with stuff and you might have missed it because you come in late, come in early, whatever, had to leave, whatever. It's just a secondary channel, girl. You got to have your wits about you on YouTube. So let's get into Real Housewives of Atlanta, shall we? Tip jar. Tip jar. Okay, girl, listen, if you want to throw a tip my way, shorty, tip my way. Sure look good to me. Oh, won't you please tip my way? Shorty tip my way. Okay, now let's start. Shamia and Cynthia talk. Angela came for her marriage. There's no coming back from that. Is there not? Is there not, Shamia? Is there not? I don't know, Shamia. I feel like there's definitely room to come back from her saying you were fucking Hawks in Atlanta, basketball team player members. Girl, y'all can come back from that. If y'all can come back from all of that shit that happened last season with Angela and Charles Oakley, if we can get past you sitting down with Ralph and them, that messy ass shit, Shamia, if we can get past you facilitating fuck shit, laughing, hee hee ha ha ha, when Portia said she was gonna fuck that lady husband, girl, I feel like we could get past you being called a hoe. I think we can. But you know what? It's you, it's not me. All right? And if you not fucking with Angela, then you just not fucking with Angela, okay? Let's move on. Drew keeps bringing up Portia. So this episode, are we gonna have a disagreement about the fact that Drew lied about what happened in the sit down? Are we gonna what we gonna do about that, y'all? Are y'all gonna be in the comments telling me that it was just edited? Drew gave a different chain of events for that sit down between her and K. Michelle and Shamia. They honestly looked like they were sad that you showed up. They did not look like when you showed up, they was on rah-rah. In all honesty, I feel like Shamia was very, very toned down and trying to baby talk the situation. And K. Michelle looked like she had really disassociated, ate her food, and really didn't even feel like going back and forth with you, Drew. And you showed up because you wanted to get into a little verbal tussle. That's what it felt like to me. You wanted to make sure that you singing the Star Spangled Banner. I think you wanted to make sure that scene made episode, okay? So after that, we gonna go right over there to some mess. And the way she sat down at the table, so you didn't show up. Yeah, listen, we can go back and forth with this all motherfucking day. Drew is phony as fuck. Phony as fuck. Okay? Girl, I'm sorry. Let me continue on. Drew keeps bringing up Portia. Cynthia asked, why didn't she invite Portia to her party? Especially since Portia invited you to her event. Cynthia, what's happening? Cynthia, is this your job now? Are you like a Portia spokesperson? Is that what we're doing? Is that the agreement? Like, I'm a Portia sports person now. Child, get my words together. Get your words together, bitch. I am a Portia spokesperson and I am here on behalf of Portia. That is what it gives. That is what it gives. I don't care what none of y'all fucking say. Cynthia was there on some investigative shit. Like, I wanted the bitch to have a notepad. I wanted her to have a notepad so she would make sure she would write everything down so that she could report back to Portia on exactly what the fuck Shamia said, because that's what it was giving. Not doing this week with y'all, okay? Because y'all wanted to fight real fucking hard these past few episodes. I was sick, I'm back, and I'm cursing everybody out. Don't play with me, okay? These hoes is up Portia ass. I don't care what y'all think or how y'all slice it. They up there, okay? Not saying it's not a good place to be. They are up there, okay? Because why you, girl, I mean, she invited you to her event. Girl, she over there playing with that man in Simon's house. That's for play. That's not for real. Me and Gerald are for real, and I'm not fucking with her right now. So no, she can't come to an intimate party of 150 people at my house. No, she can't. The fuck is you asking me questions for? Shamia said the reason why she invited Dennis is because Gerald and Dennis are friends. I can believe that. Portia and Shamia went back and forth via text message after the last reunion, and she brought up her marriage. We're not going to be cool. I'm not going to invite you into my household after you say some shit about my marriage. We're not cool like that right now, girl. Cynthia asked, well, and this is another moment that made me feel like Cynthia is not here to really just talk to Shamia. She's here on behalf of the clique, right? You don't think that maybe with everything you have going on with the baby and all those things, you don't think that maybe you're misdirecting your anger? Cynthia, Cynthia, please. Cynthia, please. Yeah, I don't care what you're talking about. Cynthia's not neutral. Girl, Cynthia is not neutral. Y'all don't know what neutral look like if y'all think that Cynthia is neutral. She's not neutral, y'all. She's just non-confrontational. Unless it's Pinky and she done had a few drinks in her system. Okay? Shamia says, no, these hoes are coming for me. They're coming for me. That's why I'm responding. Because they're coming for me. And to be very clear, you guys, I don't know, because Drew is very aloof with her shade, and I have to see it in scene in order for me to catch it. So you called her a lap dog. It was, it was giving, okay, we're recycling things from last season. This is not a lap dog moment for me, especially because Drew is having too much fun with the it's us against you type of thing. She's having too much fun with that. So I appreciated last episode when Shamia decided to speak up on behalf of K. Michelle. I know y'all did not like that, but to me, I feel like if Cynthia can be here on behalf of Portia, if Angela, if everybody on this motherfucking show can be speaking up on behalf of somebody else, I don't know why Shamia couldn't do it with K. Michelle in this instance, but I know y'all gonna find a reason to be upset about it because y'all don't like neither one of them people. Okay? And then that's just y'all motherfucking business. Anyway, Shamia said, no, them hoes coming for me. Pinky and K. Michelle meet up. So K. Michelle is absolutely shading Drew. And I saw y'all in my Discord because I know y'all, y'all like to tussle about this, okay? And I saw somebody say, I can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, they don't feel like K. Michelle and Drew are doing each other the same thing. Like they were really, really, because I thought it was hilarious that K. Michelle said Drew was making AI music, because I was like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. This is not shade to Drew. This is shade to Dennis to me. Not from K. Michelle. K. Michelle is shading Drew, which at this point, I don't care. I don't care. If Drew can keep saying she don't know who K. Michelle is, K. Michelle can keep saying, bitch, your singing career, it ain't shit. Like, I don't care. The AI music part, I was like, yes. That makes so much sense, y'all. The reason why it makes sense is because where the fuck would Dennis have learned how to produce music? It almost feels like what he did was found in AI platform that produce music, and it's something that, like, a short, kind of fugly nigga with money, they always looking for ways to be a cool guy or to get access to women based on something other than actual money, right? So to me, Dennis is the exact type of guy that will go and learn AI to produce music so he can be a music producer. Yeah. And Drew would be Drew would be passive aggressive enough to go and work with him, even though there are a plethora of people that she could have worked with that's not Portia's baby daddy. She still will go and do it to be passive aggressive towards Portia, right? And then also to make this music. It did sound good. Her voice is not AI, y'all. The production of the music, I believe, is probably AI, because in my mind, I was like, when the fuck did Dennis become a producer? That doesn't even, like, what? I'm just saying, people that are producers, they spend like a long time crafting that in order to be a music producer and put out really good music. And the music from Drew's album was really good, which makes me think it was him producing the music through an AI system of some sort, and then Drew singing over the music. Drew's voice is not AI, y'all. The production of the music could possibly be AI, and that makes sense to me because I have never seen a man just pop out and be a good producer before. Usually the people you hear about being good producers, you hear about them several times by the time you start to associate good music with them. Okay? Why are you inserting that, Bondi? Dennis is a businessman. How do you know he hasn't invested in proper support? this is all like conjecture. This is my opinion, right? I'm inserting that I just explained why. Was it hard to understand why? Was it hard to understand? Let me try it again. Dennis was not a producer. He owned restaurants. All of a sudden, he's producing good music. AI is a new thing that helps you do things that used to require actual expertise. And so when K. Michelle says it's AI music, I think to myself, oh, wow, it might actually be, because where would Dennis have gotten the time through running all of his businesses and running through all of them bitches to learn how to produce music to come to us with a first project being really great? It makes more sense that either he paid real producers and then put his name on it like Diddy used to do, or he learned AI and how to produce music through AI and then also hired other people to help him do it. Is this, oh my God, is this like, what does this mean to y'all? Is this, oh my God, like, what does this mean to y'all? Let me know in the comments. Is this something like, what are we assuming this means? I thought we always knew that Dennis was a whore and that he's also like a hustler. I thought we always knew that Dennis was a hustling whore. And producers are hustling whores, girl. Like, I can see Dennis being like, I know I probably could get access to way more women and way more clout if I became a producer. Like, AI helps me do it. Why not? Yeah, I don't see it's so facto he used AI. Like, I was just like, oh my God. What's upsetting about this for everybody? What's upsetting? I don't get it. I'm from Atlanta. I've never heard of him being a producer until Portia claimed talking my baby daddy being a pick-me. I was very confused when she said he was a producer. I thought it was just me. He just popped out of nowhere as a producer. Exactly. And so when she said AI, I said, oh, that makes sense. This is not shade to Drew, but I feel like y'all really, and I'm talking about from me, this is not shade to Drew. This is shade to Dennis. Okay. And I am going to shade Dennis up here. So if we're going to be upset about that, girl, go ahead to somebody else's review. Okay. Oh my God. So yeah, K. Michelle said that the bitch was making AI music. And then Kay tells Pinky about Shamia's mama showing up to the club with her titties up. Now, why you lie on that lady like that? Why you lie on Shamia mama and say that her titties was all up? Shamia's titties, like... And then Shamia was on the interview showing us a video of her mama and her titties weren't out in the picture. But I'm like, that don't mean that by the time y'all got good in at the club, she ain't unbuttoned that blazer and then them titties came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the titties could have came out at some point, okay? The blazer was on. If the blazer came off, the titties could have popped out. Who knows, okay? Either way, I feel like... you have to pay attention to K. Michelle's pattern of over-embellishing things, okay? It's not a straight-up lie, but it is an over-embellishment for the sake of the story, okay? And that's what that felt like, right? No tea, no shade. Her mom was holding, okay, this is what we get to. She said her mom was holding my hand for like over an hour and talking to me. And then Shamia says she hopes that I'm really loyal to her because none of her friends really want me to be her friend. This is going to cause some issues for everybody, but I feel like this is real. Like, to me, that's true. Shamia can try to frame it however she wants to frame it. But I feel like we're playing semantics, right? Thank you for the super chat, Jazzy. Bondi literally always says, this is just my opinion, y'all. Don't piss me off. Okay? Don't piss me off. And I'm finally off from work catching the live in real time today. Thank you, girl. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, my God. Girl, because they just be so sensitive about people that don't know them. Bitch, act like they don't know me, but bitch, you know me. Okay? Not y'all going up for Dennis. That's funny. A nigga? Yeah, y'all too invested. Girl, cut it off. And how y'all going up for Dennis where he had y'all girl crying? Dennis just had y'all favorite bitch crying. And y'all up here defending him? And his, did y'all see that nigga mustache? I said, nigga, are you twirling the ends of your mustache? You know what I'm saying? It's giving, Mr. Monopoly nigga. Like, that's what it's giving. Okay? I'm about this girl. Dennis ain't nothing to be all excited about. Y'all better calm down in my motherfucking comments. That crusty, tight clothes wearing, funky looking feet nigga. He looks so uncomfortable in that last scene. You know what I'm saying? He looked so uncomfortable in that last scene. I was like, is it cold outside? Because I couldn't tell by the way Portia was sitting up there. But he looked like it was cold outside. She looked like it was warm. They not even in the same climate. Them people can't be together. I do believe they still fucking. We'll get to it in a moment. Either way, back to K. Michelle saying that Shamia's mama was holding her hand, and then Shamia said that don't none of my friends want you to be my friend. And then we try to blame it on Candy. Listen, I think it's pretty obvious that everybody is being loyal to Rashida and Toya because of the Memphis situation. And this is why there is no real honor amongst pick-me's. Because to me, that shit was like 10 years ago. Y'all were wrong. Rashida was wrong. Toya was wrong. K. Michelle may be an asshole, but y'all started it. And I'm talking about Toya and Rashida. Y'all started it because y'all wanted to defend a ain't shit ass man. How many times do we have to tell y'all not to do that? Okay? You were wrong for defending a lying ass man. And now we're trying to hold this against K. Michelle. Also, y'all, K. Michelle cries all the time for a plethora of reasons. Some of them, I feel like, it's hormonal. Hormonal, whatever medications the lady is taking, and mixing it with alcohol. Okay? So, yeah, she be crying and shit. But also, I'm not mad at it because, to me, what a lot of people don't understand, and y'all, I was rewatching Juice last night because Lyric made me watch it. And this is one of the things that I learned growing up. You will automatically, when something happens, you won't actually feel mad first. You'll feel hurt. You'll feel sad. You'll feel disappointed. But because people tell you to be sad, to be disappointed, to be, maybe hurt by something is a weakness, you hop over that eventually and go straight to anger. So, bitch, you hurt my feelings. So now I'm mad. Okay? Now I'm mad about it. And to me, I feel like that is what is happening with K. Michelle, where she's trying to keep from going to anger. So if she feels upset or sad about something, she allows herself to cry about it, because crying keeps you from going to the anger. You don't want to go to the anger, because the anger means you're going to throw a lit candle at somebody. Anger means you're going to pop your good friend in the face with flowers. Anger, you know what I'm saying? Anger is, ooh, she's shaking her table. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow past being physical with people, right? And so I do think that when K. Michelle is crying, it literally is her trying to not go to anger first and sit in the sadness or the disappointment of it, okay? I also feel like I understand why, if you really, girl, when we be drinking, we be emotional. Say I'm out drinking with my friends and we having a good time, and then you start telling me something sad or telling me something that hurts my feelings. I might fucking cry, girl, okay? Because I'm at an age where I'm hormonal and I cry over nothing these days. Girl, I forgot what was on TV the other day and I just started crying. I said, what the fuck am I crying? I done seen this shit 5 million times. I just be crying about shit, y'all. Sometimes shit's sad. You cry. Not about to be mad at the lady for crying. But Shamia, stop acting like, not that you meant to hurt her, okay? Like, I'm not going to respond to like that because I don't think that's what it is. But Shamia, that probably is what you were saying in so many words. And we're going to play semantics by you saying, I didn't say Candy said anything. I didn't say they said anything. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You were basically letting her know that your friends don't really fuck with her like that. And so it makes you feel like you're in between. I'm really going to need for her to grow more into a grown-ass woman and not be saying shit like that to people, okay? Don't be telling people, oh, be really, really loyal to me. It almost feels like you're, I wouldn't say emotional blackmail, not like that, but like you not cry, but you want K. Michelle to be loyal to you because you feel like nobody is loyal to you. That's that Gretchen shit. Like, you need to be up under another person. You need to be up under another woman. Like, you can't just stand on your own 2 feet sometimes, Shamia. That's what it feels like. And to me, that is a reflection of what was happening in that moment with K. Michelle, where it's like, I'm really riding and dying for you. Are you going to be loyal to me? And it is really an extension, I believe, of how you and Portia share the same mindset in a certain capacity. Portia feel like if you my friend, you supposed to do whatever I tell you to do and go along with whatever I say. And if you don't, I'm going to have an attitude and make you feel like shit about it. And you feel like as a people pleaser, it's your job to overextend yourself and then expect for people to do it in return. Tisha from Love and Marriage Huntsville does that in a manipulative way as well. Okay, where they overextend themselves and it looks like selflessness, but it's actually a control mechanism. Because what you're doing is, I'm going to do the most for you and then expect that at a certain time, you're going to do the same thing for me. That's controlling. It's controlling, and that's not the way it should be. When you come through for people, when you are on their side or whatever it is, it should just be what it is. It should not come with strings. Sounds like Shamia's friendship on some level comes with some type of strings. That's what I feel like was basically being communicated when K. Michelle said that. And Shamia, it does feel that way. Look at your relationship with Kelly. We're going to get to that. Portia has Mike over for some stewed lamb chops. She's trying to not go so deep into the relationship, but she just came back from CultureCon and she told everybody that she was dating a man and a woman. He's not really happy about it, which I'm like, who cares? You're obviously single as a black man. You're out here dating multiple people. I'm sure you are, Mike. So I don't know why you're over here explaining to me that you're upset that I said I'm dating women too. You dating other women, I'm dating other women. What the fuck is the problem? Okay? But she says they need to make a decision because she doesn't want kids, and that's something that he wants. And she asked him to just continue to take it slow with her and then proceeds to get engaged to Sway. Girl, I don't know what's going on. I thought it was AI. Kelly moving out of her house and into Shamia's townhouse. Kelly is extremely grateful to Shamia. Shamia says it's nice to have a friend who reciprocates. You hear it? You hear it? Let me see if I can find this situation with Kelly because... Who the fuck that is? What's Kelly last name now, y'all? Kelly, Real Housewives of Atlanta. What was it? I'm trying to, because I wanted to find specifically what happened with that situation with her house. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So this is from Reddit. You know you can't really believe nothing from Reddit, girl. It says she lied, or rather didn't tell the whole truth last night and said it was because her neighbor was harassing her. I completely forgot that this was on the blogs last year, but Kelly was hit with a temporary restraining order after breaking into the woman's home and had to be restrained after making multiple erratic verbal threats. She completely left this out and painted herself as the victim of harassment as if she wasn't cutting up. Committed a couple of crimes leading to the protective order. Let's go back to that one. This was from September of last year, okay? That's what somebody on Reddit said. Let me see what the article actually says. Okay, so on September 2nd, child, somebody named Cash, Manulata Cash, I don't know how to pronounce her name. We just gonna call that lady Cash, filed a petition for a temporary protective order against Kelly. Cash is a HOA board member. Cash claimed on August 9th, Kelly aggressively entered her private patio through her private gate in a violent manner. Cash said that Kelly was accompanied by others. She added the incident occurred after her vehicle was booted for again violating by parking in a narrow driveway, which is also the designated fire lane. The petition alleged that Kelly had to be physically restrained and removed, during which time she engaged in bizarre behavior while making a series of erratic verbal threats. This sounds like something a white woman would say when a black woman is merely cursing you out because you're not minding your fucking business. That's what this sounds like to me. Some of which were clear and others that were unintelligible. She claims there was video footage of the incident. Cash asked the court to order Pharrell to stop harassing and intimidating her, for her to stay away from her and her family, and for her to receive appropriate psychiatric and psychological services. Girl, fuck you. Cash, excuse me. The judge granted a temporary protective order, but only ordered Pharrell to stay 30 yards away, most likely since the two are neighbors. A hearing has been set for September 22nd. Okay, well, hold up. A representative for Pharrell says since the announcement of Kelly's involvement in RHOA, Mrs. Cash has engaged in a concerning pattern of behavior directed at Kelly and her family. Out of respect for all parties, we will not be commenting further. Let me tell y'all something. I know we want to, I know a lot of y'all don't like Kelly, and that's cool. That's your business. Y'all don't like the way she dresses. I saw Kempire talking about her outfit and all of this. She wore a t-shirt. Y'all hated that. She had on some leather shit that looked greasy. Y'all hated that. I know. She's loud. She's always, telling Portia something that y'all don't want to hear. I know. This sounds like when them white ladies get real upset at you because you are on Real Housewives of Atlanta and they jealous of you, so they start fucking with you. And also, y'all, I don't trust anybody that's in charge of a HOA. I don't trust anybody that's in charge of a HOA. I'm so sorry, because it seems like a habit for white people involved in HOA to think that they are in charge of the neighborhood and they can go around, fucking with people and giving them citations like they're the hall monitor. Yeah, it is given that the lady was on Kelly's ass and Kelly got sick of it and ran up. Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. All right, hold up. Let me see if I can go to my Instagram. Maybe I saved something from this particular story. I don't know, but that's what it felt like to me. Let me see. Get the gat. Get the gat. Get the gat. Let's see. It's a whole bunch of Shamia. One clip of Kelly, but that's not the one that I wanted. Let me see if there's any other ones. Girl, why is Trina dressed like that? Y'all saw Trina on stage. Why she calling your phone? 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 Because they're fucking. That's why. That's why she's calling and calling and calling and calling. That's why, Trina. Because you're with a man probably half your age, and so you've entered that portion of the relationship when you go from being a sugar mama to getting cheated on with a bitch whose mattress is probably on the floor. That's kind of how that goes. And it's giving blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, what's up? Shut up. Okay, listen. I'm trying to see if there were any clips on No Chaser of Kelly talking about this situation with her house. But I know that she moved quickly. I don't know what that has to do with the HOA situation. I don't know. I'm looking to see if there's any, but I don't see it. My HOA will fine you $200 for an infraction. Yeah, and I think that's like ridiculous. I think that's ridiculous. I that makes me feel like I would never want to buy a house in a neighborhood with a HOA. Get the fuck away from me. Like, seriously, stop fucking talking to me. Like, the whole reason that a person buys a house is because they don't want a fucking landlord telling them what to do. And here you are acting like a fucking landlord. Oh, yeah. And this is another thing. Okay, so I saw y'all talking about, Kelly must be lying about having a man because she's moving into Shamia's townhome. And if you got a man, if you got a man that can pay $70,000 for you to get your teeth done, then why aren't you moving in with him? And I'm just kind of like, shut up. Why would I? Why would I move in with a man that I'm dating? Why would I not move into a townhome that my friend is offering me so I can still have my autonomy and still be a single woman dealing with my kids? Why would I move my kids into a house with a nigga I'm dating? That's stupid. I heard some people's commentary on Kelly moving into Shamia's townhouse as if they expected that man to show up and do something. Like put her in a house. Why would she do that? Why would Kelly go from being put in a fucked up situation because she financially dependent on her husband to financially depending on a boyfriend? Why the fuck would she do that? That sounds dumb to me. But a lot of, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, she must not really have a man because why is Shamia the one that's helping her? The fuck? Why would I want this man to be helping me with so much of my life when we're only dating? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's move on, girl. Let's move on from there. But Shamia made it a point to say that she is appreciative of the fact that Kelly reciprocates her friendship, letting you know that it didn't feel reciprocated by Portia. And if y'all forgot, go rewatch last season. Child, you can go watch seasons and seasons to see how Portia has kind of picked Shamia up and put her down as it was advantageous to her. I saw somebody else on Twitter talking about me. They need to be glad I'm not over there because I was not going to curse them out from the Twitter page that I go to watch adult entertainment on. Because I be in the bushes minding my business. Okay? But I saw somebody online talking about, the Portia hate train. She apologized. Okay, so I need for y'all to understand this because I know y'all are slow, especially that person that was on Twitter. Just because somebody apologizes for something doesn't mean that people have to forgive them. And it doesn't mean that people have to now give them a blank slate. Because what you learn when you are an adult is that people have patterns of behavior. And even though they will act like, oh no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I've learned, I apologize. They don't actually change their behavior. They apologize, they act right for 5 minutes. And then eventually they start to showcase those same characteristics and behaviors again because that is who they are. That's who they are. Okay? Portia is who she is. Y'all want people to forget who Portia is so that, I guess we can all be up her ass together. But no, I'm not forgetting about shit. I don't care that she apologized for anything. That doesn't mean anything. All that means is that you say sorry. Is that going to mean you're going to be a different person and now you're not going to be this asshole? No, that doesn't mean that. People apologize and don't mean it all the fucking time. Okay? So just because I'm not slow and don't allow for people apologizing to be a good enough reason for me to believe any old thing that comes out their fucking mouth doesn't mean that I hate somebody. And I keep saying it, but I guess y'all not hearing me. I am too gay to hate Portia. I don't trust her. Why should I? I don't know her. The fuck? But what I do know of her is she lies. All the time. Her apologizing for doing shit does not mean that people have to think that she's a changed person. And therefore, if she starts, having some of these same behaviors happen, but we're not really sure, y'all want us to give her the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, yeah, no. I gave Portia the benefit of the doubt a lot while reviewing this show. I gave Portia the benefit of the doubt all the way up until they went on that the Housewives trips that they was doing on Peacock before she came back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she acted like such a fucking asshole on that show. I said, nah, that's who that lady is. That's what she is. It is what it is. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not angry about it. Y'all seem to be more angry about it than I am. I just call a thing, acknowledge what it is, and move the fuck on. But no, your apologies don't mean jack squat to me. Oh, yes, she apologized. I don't give a fuck. Girl, I don't give a fuck. The hell wrong with you? Okay, people apologize all the time and still be a straight up asshole. Get out of here with that. Okay? Anyway, Angela meets with her brother. They haven't seen each other since their mom's funeral. It's still very hard for them to deal with. Amari, her oldest daughter, still hasn't told her siblings that she has married her friend. And I am wondering if it's because y'all family is homophobic. Because why are we hiding the fact that the sister is married and the shit has been on a reality show? You mean to tell me these kids ain't never watched this reality show? They ain't been to school. Ain't nobody said, oh, I heard your sister was a lesbian. That didn't happen? Oh, okay. Y'all must be insulating the fuck out them kids. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. But it was sad. I do feel bad for Angela. I do. And I did enjoy this episode, people supporting her, because this episode is like the anniversary of her mom's passing, and it's only been a year. So, y'all, Kelly goes to meet with Phaedra at her law office. Y'all know when Phaedra ready to do business, she put on a bob, bitch. Put on a bob. Okay? And girl, she had a bob with a bang. The bang. Oh. She had a bob and a bang. A bob and a bang. Okay? It was so hilarious. Then her partner came in, girl. And they had champagne so that they could discuss the divorce proceedings. And Phaedra said that I'm going to gift you these services because I remember how hard it was for me. And so I'm going to gift you these services. And when I tell y'all, I'm tired of Phaedra trying to get me, because Phaedra keep trying to get me, y'all. Because I'm not going to lie. I love the scene because I thought it was very sweet. I love the camaraderie of it all. I love when y'all, come together against niggas. I do appreciate that. But at the same time, people have trusted Phaedra in the past and it has not gone well, i.e. Sheree. But that could also be because Sheree is slow, okay? Y'all know Sheree barely passed the 8th grade, girl. So, you know what I mean? I think they said that, did Sheree ever graduate from high school? I don't know. But people be having arrested development and they be a little slow. And they don't do what they supposed to do when people tell them what they supposed to do. Right? And that could end up with them having fucked up divorce proceedings because you goofy and he goofy, but he a man, so he a little bit smarter than you. Okay? His goofy ass running through the courthouse knowing he got away with something. Okay? Yeah, y'all remember that. All right, y'all remember. Had Bob and Sheree down to the courthouse and Phaedra was acting like she knew what she was doing, but no. And then Phaedra had all these awards and shit, and I was like, Phaedra, I know you want us to believe that you a good attorney, so you giving us all your accolades, but I ain't heard you really winning no cases since Bobby Brown. And I feel like I need for you to tell us when you win a case, girl. I feel like I need for you to come to us and tell us when you win a case so that we could believe that you have a history of this. Because all them little plaques and pieces of paper don't mean shit in Atlanta to me. Atlanta give you a plaque, a piece of paper, and a key to the city for anything, girl. They give people keys to the city for anything. You could be deplorable, bitch. Okay? She won this case. Okay, good. I'm so glad. I'm so very, very glad. Okay? But I did appreciate it. And like I told y'all, I don't trust Phaedra. Phaedra is a creep. I have to remind myself of that. But I'm starting to like Phaedra a little bit more. I still don't trust her. But she's a good time. Okay? Pinky and her husband talked to Montel Jordan and his wife. Listen, gotta get your groove on. Bitch, gotta get your groove on before you go get paid. Flip up your truck and throw your hands up and let me hear the party say, I'm kind of buzzed that it's all because this is how you do it. South Central does it like nobody does. This is how you do it. So all my neighbors, you got much flavor. Y'all know that's the shit. It don't matter when they play it. Gotta get your groove on. It don't matter. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite episodes of Martin. But no, gotta get your groove on. Listen, that is one of my favorite episodes, not just for that moment, but also, y'all know that's the Meat Munchin' Monique episode. Sisters living foul when we go back. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite episodes. Anyway, Montel Jordan always got a hat on. Pinky says that she feels like when she went through her struggles with her business, her husband wasn't there for her. And in his mind, he felt like if I go out here and grind and make the money, then you don't have to worry about it. But she needed more emotional support, which a lot of men apparently don't know how to give. Okay. She also says that she's about to file for bankruptcy and she doesn't want him to save her. And they were like, girl, that's your pride. And then she said that she never thought that she would have love like this. I said, come on. I never knew love like this before. Now I'm lonely evermore. Since you came into my life. Ooh, ooh, you are my sunlight and my rain. I can't remember the words. 'Cause I never knew love like this before. What a surprise, 'cause I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes. Never knew love. I never knew. Ooh. Never knew. Never. Y'all know, ooh, people that you can't stand, but you love their voice. Stephanie Mills, bitch. Oh, Lord. I never knew. I'm sorry. Anyway, listen, it's a show, bitch. Enjoy me or don't. It's entertainment. Enjoy me or don't. Okay. Pinky and her husband's relationship. Okay. I hope they really are happy. I hope it really is what she says it is. That man look like he cheat. You don't trust him for a reason. Y'all should keep y'all business separate. Don't listen to Montel Jordan wife. Do your business separate. Because if y'all ever break up, anytime he came in and saved you can be used as a reason for why he can take parts of your business if y'all divorce. I don't know why. I'm just telling y'all that that's what I'm feeling. I am totally okay with being wrong. I'm totally okay with being off the mark this episode. But I'm telling y'all just what I feel. I do not like how they keep trying to convince her to use his money or to take something from him in the confines of her business. I feel like she needs to handle her business shit on her own, separate from their marriage, separate from him and his restaurant. If y'all want to work together at certain times and all of that, that's cool. Do not mix the money up like that, Pinky. Do not let them people convince you that it's your pride. It is not. It's you being smart and knowing how things can end up and wanting to protect what you've worked so hard for, even if it means protecting it from somebody who you very much love. I don't care. And again, the nigga gives, he cheats. I'm like, Angela, didn't you say that there was a bitch in the basement? Angela, where did you get that from? That's another thing. Can y'all explain to me why y'all keep allowing for Angela to just throw out any old thing she wants to say and y'all don't call her a liar or delusional? First, she said Pinky had a woman in the basement. Then she said the shit she said about Shamia. Why is it that I don't see y'all with the same anger towards Angela as y'all have for K. Michelle, and y'all feel like K. Michelle is lying? Y'all feel like K. Michelle is lying. Angela actually gets up here and be lying about this type of shit. Because, girl, where did you get that from? Where is the evidence? Where's the proof? But Angela can get up here and just throw shit out there and y'all just glaze over it. That's y'all business. Drew has the CLIQUE come over to her home, and y'all, Drew is so happy that she is finally in with the in crowd. Like, you could just tell that Drew has just always wanted to be a part of the in crowd. I don't care that, you know, she's a actress and a singer and she's successful. We all know that Drew is successful, y'all. As successful as a black actress can be in Hollywood, okay? But she is a follower. She is untrustworthy to me. And I'm not coming off of the fact that she talks to people like they stupid. She's very, very condescending. I'm not coming up off that. And I think she continues to do it. You know what I'm saying? But her wanting so badly to be accepted by this group of women is kind of low-key lame as fuck to me. And it's only because the way Portia was willing to go at your neck. Portia was really willing to go at your neck for the sake of the show. And I think what a lot of people are not understanding is that Portia thinks it's okay. And she learned that from Angela. I mean, Angela learned that from Portia, I think. That it's okay to come on the show and just spout lies that nobody can really back up. Because all that matters is that you win the argument. You win the fight. That's why it's okay to just come up here lying about people. Because that's what the fuck Portia did when it came to her fucking dentist for tracks. All right? Either way, they talk about the national anthem. She tells them about Pinky's series and Notori playing her. And they, oh, Notori don't look nothing like Pinky. Bitch, people don't have to look exactly like the person in order to play the role, y'all. Drew says that Shamia wanted to talk about Portia. Did y'all hear Shamia bring up Portia in that scene, y'all? Did we ever hear Shamia bring up Portia in that scene? I don't recall. Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me see if I could scroll through and find that episode where they was talking. Hold up, because y'all know I like to go back. Sometimes you got to go back. And the reason why I say that is because hoes forget what they say, and production is not doing their job by running the tapes back for people to know. Like, I need you to be in a confessional with a bitch with an iPad like that girl. Flip, play. Like, I need you to be like the iPad girl on TikTok, bitch. Flip, open, play. What is this?
You're going to be a good friend to her. You need to hold her accountable. I never said anything to her that was negative.
It felt like
I didn't say anything to her that was negative. Drew, you said she didn't fit in. You're lying.
you did keep saying her name with your dude.
Girl, stop it. Shamesi is up to something, okay? Because when did I say that? Did I ever say to you that K. Michelle knows black?
This is annoying to me. Why are y'all playing this instead of playing the part when y'all were in the car and you were like, you know black, y'all are friends. Why aren't y'all playing that clip?
Didn't say that to me.
Okay, did I ever say that to you?
No.
Did I ever say this to you?
No.
To you?
No.
Did I ever say it to you, Shamia? Exactly. Shamia is perpetuating an issue. And at this point, I feel like if Kay really felt this way, she should have came and talked to me. She didn't speak up for herself.
Hold on one second.
I'm
I
not
can only
talking
talk
to a
about
spokesperson,
what's...
honey. You're speaking things
See,
that are
that's
false
a even you
lies.
didn't...
I'm not speaking to a spokesperson, honey. Where is you going? Oh, okay. Look at you.
said last year.
Because you were being somebody's lap
Okay, my nigga is highly sought after, okay?
dog, and now you're being her lap dog. Let's keep it honest.
Drew came to this scene to win a fight, to do the housewife thing. I'm not mad at it, but you got to call a thing a thing.
I'm sitting here saying I understand both sides, and you just called me her lap dog. I think you're rude, and I
She
don't
doesn't
want to
have
keep
a
talking to
side.
you.
I'm letting you have the floor about what you feel. What does Shamia feel?
All
Who
right.
is Shamia?
Okay, thank you, Drew.
We don't know. We still don't know.
You already name calling and being nasty to me. Girl, why am I even trying?
Enjoy them chicken wings.
I'm going to enjoy
When was Portia brought
this
up?
lemon drop, and that's just
And
where
good
the
luck
road
with the
ends.
next national anthem.
Girl, I didn't hear what she said, but I'm gonna let it go. When I realized that the other ladies were not showing up, I probably should have left.
Right, because you don't want to be there if the other clique isn't there because you're a follower. Because you're a fucking follower. I don't care what nobody's saying. Nobody brought up Portia. Portia wasn't even a topic of conversation. And even though K. Michelle, we're not in dispute about that. K. Michelle did say, oh, I know him. He be in my DMs to showcase that he's a hoe, right? Yes, absolutely. But again, there was a scene in a car where Drew says, you know, black, y'all are friends. She did. Who told you they was friends? Either way, production playing a clip where Drew goes around the room asking people if they said it, if she said it to them is stupid when there's a scene of them all on the bus and Drew says this. Y'all are friends. You know him. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Drew absolutely said that. But nobody was talking about Portia. So why did Drew tell Portia that Shamia was talking about her? Why did she do that? Because she's fucking messy and she's a follower and she wants to be a Gretchen. She wants to be a Gretchen. She wants to be a Gretchen. She wants to be number 2 in command under Portia. That's what this feels like to me. And when Shamia said that Angela and Drew are causing issues between she and Portia, this is the type of shit that Shamia is talking about. This is the type of shit. Anyway, Cynthia brings up the text exchange, right? Because in order to explain why Shamia did not invite Portia to her house for her husband's birthday, she says, we had a text exchange where she said some shit about my husband. So no, I didn't want to invite her to his birthday. Cynthia says this shit to Portia at this moment, which then reinforces that Shamia is going around talking about Portia. That's not what's happening. Again, it's giving plot. Giving plot. It's giving plot. Drew makes it seem like Kay and Shamia were attacking her. I don't feel that way either. I don't feel that way either. Drew brings out the pride cake and Portia feeds it to Drew. Y'all are so gay. They're so gay. Okay. Let's see. My timing is off. How is my timing off? About what? And I don't know how you would get that from that. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. K. Michelle was talking to Black on the phone at Portia's dinner. I think that's where she got the friends from. So Drew is on FaceTime with this nigga and says, y'all, this is my date. This is my date. And K. Michelle says, hey, how you doing? All right. Good to see you. That means we're friends? Okay. Sure. Just speaking to a nigga because he was on the phone. Like, it was y'all acting like she was holding the phone. No, this is Drew. Say hey to my date. Say hey to my date. Like, girl, girl? Anyway, the pride cake situation was cute. Y'all are both gay. Drew has still yet to actually admit that she was fucking old girl. Drew has yet to admit that she likes women, but we're gonna joke about it, right? Just untrustworthy for no reason. Bitch, we can see you. Okay, come on, T-Bies. Come out the closet. Pinky has a skate party. Y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to about Pinky, but bitch, Pinky gave us one of the best scenes of the season. Okay? From them dressing up in all of them tacky ass outfits, looking cute and shit, to everybody just having a good time and skating, and then they had the food trucks there. Like, it was just really a good time. A man named Terry was there, and y'all know a lot of these niggas are gateway studs. Terry looks like a gateway stud. Apparently, they brought Terry there for Drew, and Terry used to date Nene. It gives we always trying to get our friends on a reality TV show. And our friends be fuck ass niggas. But we love to bring them on a reality show. That's what be going on, y'all. That's what it looked like to me. But the party looks so fun. Portia, oh my God. That bitch almost got me, y'all. That was such a beautiful gift that she gave Angela. She gave Angela a beautiful framed picture of her mom. I thought it was lovely. And I'm like, that's exactly the way that you get these hoes to forget that you's a grimy, lying ass bitch. You buy them really nice gifts. That's what you do. You buy them really nice gifts. Really good sentimental gifts. I love that. No, I really did. I really did love that moment. They skate, they dance. It's a good time. And then Dennis comes to Portia's house to check her on her announcing that she's dating both a man and a woman. And Dennis says that he knew the Simon thing wouldn't last. And he brings her the ring back that he gave her and says, I can't do nothing with it. And then she starts crying because why would you bring this over here? That is so triggering. Oh my God. In a perfect world, she would love to be back with Dennis, but it's toxic. And so she kicks him out and she cries to production. Portia and Dennis are probably still fucking, just ever so often. Yeah, you are the trauma. You are the trauma. Why would you do this? Girl, if you don't take that motherfucking ring and use it to pay off some of them liens on that goddamn house, you up in here, like, use that fucking money from that ring to put a doorbell on this big ass bitch. What the hell is going on? Portia was absolutely acting in that last scene, but that's y'all girl. That's y'all favorite bitch. And at the end of the day, I am not going to defend Dennis because I think that Dennis is exactly the whole ass nigga that he seems to be. I think he like fucking with her feelings and her emotions and shit. But he's a hoe. And on some level, I guess, so is she. So it is what it is. When people say that they felt like Portia really wanted to be with him and she really loved him, I think I need for y'all to understand the difference between truly loving somebody for who they are as a person and loving them for who you feel like they should be in your life and the image you want. Portia wanted Dennis to be somebody that Dennis is not. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. And that goes into her, like, this delusional thing that Portia has where she just always with this fairy tale bullshit. It's the same thing that led her into thinking that Simon was going to save her from something. And then he ends up fucking her up worse than if she would have just never fucked with him in the first place. I think that Portia wants y'all to see her as a victim. And so that's why I don't trust this scene. I think that Dennis really cares about Portia as the mother of his daughter and as somebody that he's connected to, and it's beneficial for them to have that connection because it always gives him more access to women, more access to business opportunities because he is Portia's baby daddy. And it reminded me of when she cried during the reunion show when she pretended to find out that Phaedra lied to her. Oh my God, Phaedra! Why would you lie about that, girl? Portia wanted Dennis to be somebody that he's not. And she knew who Dennis was. She knows he's a whore. She knows he's not husband material. And she really thought that because she is who she is, she would be able to make him become that. And I think that he wanted it, but I don't think it's something that he actually wants. Like, you might have tried it. You know, it looks good to be a husband and a father and all of that, but that ain't what you really want. You really want to be out here fucking on every young girl that just dropped down in Atlanta and need somebody to throw a couple of dollars and have a good time with it and then bring her down to the Waffle House at night. Dennis was always going to be a cheater. And she was always going to spend her life crying about it. I think it's best that they didn't end up together. I think it's best that they co-parent. I do think they still fuck, which is why it's hard for them to not be so involved in each other's romantic relationships. And another thing, one of the main reasons why I stopped liking Portia was the way Portia allowed for Simon to come into her daughter's life. And I feel like you don't know men well enough in order to be sitting your child on their lap. So I was very happy that Dennis went along with that shit in order to make sure that he was there and he wasn't being pushed out, because a lesser nigga couldn't have done that. I'm gonna give Dennis his props on that. That's why I don't feel like Dennis actually be giving a fuck about what Portia is doing in her relationships, because Dennis was able to swallow his ego or whatever, his pride, and stand there and take a picture with Simon and be there for all of those things. And he did it specifically so he could be close to his daughter. I do believe that. I do. And so for me, when I look at Portia, that was another reason why I wasn't fucking with Portia, because I felt like Portia is a dangerous person, y'all. Portia is a dangerous person. Pick-me's are dangerous. We keep telling y'all that. And they got, oh, y'all calling women pick. Yeah, that's the name we've decided to call women that are willing to do anything to be picked by a man, including putting themselves and their children in harm's way. Maybe we'll come up with a new fucking word, but we always are going to be talking about you bitches. Y'all are always going to be a topic of conversation as long as y'all are all over the place. Flying right here down on the ground, landing all the birds on the ground instead of being in the air like you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a fucking bird, bitch, but you're on the ground, letting us see you be a bird. Sister can't fly on one wing. Girl, bless you. I don't trust Portia's emotions. I don't trust Portia's emotions, okay? But at the end of the day, the day gotta end. That's y'all girl. So let's get to the shit that happened online. It was a lot of shit that happened online. Thank you for the super chat. Thieves, thank you for the super chat. My mom didn't even let us sit on our uncle's, her brother's laps, let alone some man. Portia let that happen for the blended family image. Gross. And that's what I'm saying. Somebody that cares more about the image of things than what they actually truly are is somebody you have to be cognizant of. You can't, you know what I mean? Because when you trust, like y'all want me to do, when you trust people who do things like that, it puts you in harm's way. You have to be aware of who people are so that you can protect yourself. If you know somebody is a pick-me, you won't trust them to a certain extent because you know they'll put a man over you, a relationship over you. The feeling of love is addictive. Like relationships and all of that can be addictive to people. And I do think those cycles are abuse, you know, are like addictive to people like Portia. So let's get into the things that have been posted online. So this comes after Ralph thanked Dennis for his divorce attorney, right? We talked about that last week. Dennis says, go downstairs to the basement and tell Ralph he tripping on the announcement. Because Ralph said that Dennis McKinley, thank you for connecting me with Precious. She did everything you said she would, just like she helped you get joint physical custody. So is Ralph lying, Dennis? He's tripping. How is he? You know why he's tripping? Because he wasn't supposed to say that out loud. But what Dennis doesn't seem to understand is that there are levels to this narcissistic shit. Ralph is on the level of a Martell. Those are men that will absolutely throw other men under the bus if it calls for it in the moment. They will. That's what they do. Dennis is like, nigga, you wasn't supposed to say that shit out loud, okay? You was supposed to keep that to yourself. I was supposed to be able to still look like I was a decent nigga in comparison to you, but now you telling people that I told you the lawyer to get and what you could do in order to make sure that you got custody, and now you telling on me. Todd was also in the comments, bro, I hope you find peace, love, and health as you enter this next chapter in life. God is good. How he gonna find peace? He's the trauma. How he gonna find peace? He the trauma. He's the trauma. He's the trauma. Y'all, niggas don't make no sense. Therefore, messing up Portia's happy parenting image. Yeah, because I want to know. I want the details. Did y'all go to court or is Ralph lying? I'm open to believing either one. Okay? Ralph doing what he does best. It can use a man to co-sign his madness. Yeah, he does that all the time. They love to gang up together. Weird ass, bitch ass niggas. All right, let's go through all of the clips. Okay. Angela sets the record straight. Let's get into that. Shout out to No Chaser TV. If your adult child got married and didn't even tell you, will you be hurt? My daughter married a young woman I've loved for years, her childhood sweetheart. I felt it was her news to share with her siblings, not mine. Hell, she didn't even tell me. 23 was too young. And they trying to paint it as something other than exactly what you said. I'd be hurt too. Ain't nobody trying to paint nothing. That's what the fuck it sounded like. We all watched the same episode, and then the same thing came to our mind when Angela said about why she had not told her children, her smaller children. That's for her to say. But it also felt like, why are we lying about it in the first fucking place? Why are we saying that's just her friend in the first place? Why is she not being, known as her girlfriend? Child, where was her discernment then? My God, isn't awesome God he reigns? My God. Okay. Yeah, I do feel like there was some level of making that girl feel like she could not tell you or fully be a lesbian in front of you. Y'all accept it slightly, but that don't mean y'all fully allow for people to be who they are in front of y'all. Y'all be like, yeah, I know that's your little girlfriend, but don't say that. Say that's your best friend.
Bravo, buddy. Wants to know, Cynthia, what veteran advice would you give to K. Michelle after watching her struggles throughout her first season?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I think Kay is a great addition to the cast, to be very honest.
Me too.
I'm sorry, I do want to comment on this. To say that it's not Angela's place to tell her children that her other child is married, I think that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, because I think why are you even hiding that? Why, if you choose to go and sign some motherfucking legal paperwork to tie yourself to somebody, that's public record at this point. I don't know why y'all feel like that's something that should be kept a secret. If it was a man, I do not think it would have been kept a secret. If it was a man, I don't think you would have been like, oh, that's just your sister friend. It is giving a level of don't be too gay around us. We know, but don't be too gay around us, which is why you would feel like you don't want to really express that.
I think she's great. She's like, I've been around for a long time, and I will say Kay was one of those additions where I was super excited about her.
Yeah.
But the whole time I just never knew where we were going, which is kind of exciting. So I was like, well, if I don't know what's happening and I'm here, then you guys are not going to know what's happening. And I think sometimes with the Housewives shows, it gets a little predictable and same stuff over and over. Okay, like we don't know what's like. You just gotta get on the ride and go.
Yes.
So I would say I think she's still finding her footing.
Yes.
And I think that you guys will she just needs to kind of trust the process. She's great TV.
All right.
I agree. I think that K. Michelle is great TV. I think she was a great addition to the show. I think we would have been bored low-key without her. I think it took her a minute to warm up, and I'm not mad about that. I think a lot of times y'all want people to act like they're not human beings, meaning like it takes the time to process. Like your brain is like, okay, how am I going to deal with this before I actually deal with it? But I think she's a great addition to the show. Nene with a message about her leftovers. Some fans are speculating Nene may be talking about Drew. She's absolutely talking about Drew. If you wanted my leftovers, you should have asked for a plate. And it didn't even taste good. The thirst is real.
Hey, Drew, Terry is in.
Y'all, he took a picture of Nene in a bed sleep. What type of bitch ass shit is this, Jody Joe? Jody Joe, what type of bitch ass shit is this? Because that's what you giving. You giving, he's just a baby boy. You not the real McCoy. Why you running these streets? Going crazy. What about your baby? Hold up, y'all. Girl, the sinuses are doing the most. I told y'all he was a gateway stud. I told y'all he was a gateway stud. Okay? Niggas just be wanting to be on the show. Okay? Angela's daughter chimed in. Adds, Angela has always supported her sexuality. My wife and I have been together for over a decade. What you're seeing is a family navigating grief, communication, and life changes. We don't always get it right, but the love has always been there. One thing, she has always supported me and my sexuality. Okay. We heard it from the horse's mouth. However, it doesn't mean that you don't feel that you don't really want to say that shit to young kids, because there are a lot of people that are okay with their friends being gay or maybe even their older kids. But when it comes to their younger kids, they feel like it's something that needs to be hidden, because automatically, if it's two people of the same gender together, you got to think about sex, and we don't want to talk about sex. You know, like y'all understand boyfriend, girlfriend when motherfuckers is straight, but when they gay, all of a sudden things go straight to being about, fucking. And so we can't talk to the kids about that. That's how a lot of people think about it. Okay. And it's really because y'all have to make sure that you don't reinforce non-binary thinking, right? Like, that's a part of our brainwashing in our society, is to think that not informing children is going to guide their decisions. So if I don't tell you about any of this, then, if it happens, I can say, God, I ain't show him nothing gay for him to be gay. It wasn't me. That's how people be thinking. But I do think it's weird that y'all been married for how long? Y'all been together for a decade, and this is something y'all haven't told the kids? Why haven't y'all said it then? If this is something that's always been supported, why haven't y'all said it? Fuck we talking about? And I could see her being in a toxic, codependent thing, because that's what goes on sometimes with the lesbians, girl. The lesbians are very toxic and codependent sometimes, okay? Do y'all want to hear? Let's see.
Did I tell you Dennis came over the other day?
And what?
I looked at his lap and I saw this box. Why is it my ring?
Portia.
You should get your ring
Portia.
back. I'm done. I waited around to see if we can maybe, but I can't do nothing with it.
How'd you feel when you saw the ring?
When I saw it, I was triggered.
Wow.
I know you're trying to make your point of you want me to choose right now, but I can't choose you. I can't choose him. I can't choose her. I can't choose nobody right now. I'm too busy choosing me. At this point in my life, it's very liberating for me to be able to stand up and say, no, I'm just single and I am just gently dating. That feels powerful to me. If I want you to drop me off after a date, please, then thank you, good night. And I go in my bed and pass a little gas and take this wig off and eat me some goddamn crab legs, and I goes to hell to bed, okay? And luckily for me, I guess I'm premenopausal. I don't even feel no tingle, so it wasn't even better.
Girl, that was true. That was real. I can accept that. Okay? I'm glad that she, I don't want her to rush into a relationship, child. I think she needs to stay single and just have fun with people. I think a lot of grown women who have children should do that. I don't like how y'all always be bringing people into y'all households with y'all children and shit. You can't trust everybody, no matter how much you think you can. So let's go ahead and get into some of these clips from Shamia and Carlos.
Has you holding a peach been everything you thought it would be?
Yes and no. As much as I've won with Airwick and Wayfair and all the things, I've lost some things that I really loved.
Like what?
Like friendships and hell, possibly even a job.
What job?
With the newest allegations that are being put out there, I'm having to prove my innocence.
No.
That is why I say, when people say Shamia goes for low-hanging fruit, like Bigfoot or Sasquatch, yeah, because I don't want to say things that are going to damage people permanently, like ruining people's marriage. In one statement, you attack my marriage and my jobs, and I work hard for my jobs. I've been with the NBA for over a decade. There are only a handful of people that look like me that are in my position, so I don't take that lightly. I have a contract. Like, that's not why I'm there. And I'm married. Hell, these kids are old enough to be my child. You know what I mean? I take my job very seriously. I'm good at what I do. I enjoy what I do. And hell, if we're being quite honest, why would I sleep with the players when my husband could own the team? Can we talk about it?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, for the record, because I want to be able to have you clear the air, have you ever had any relations with a Hawks or Falcons player?
Never. Never. Not like ever. I dated one athlete when I was in college, like in 2003, and he played for the Kansas City Chiefs. And it was short-lived, all of maybe 6 months to a year. And that's when I realized, well, athletes aren't my thing. I like working in the sport, not being the sport.
Yeah, playing in the sport. Yeah. You like a little bit more of a...
I like a white-collar, smart guy.
Yeah.
Hence the reason I married Gerald.
Okay. And honestly, I feel like there should be a solidarity amongst y'all not to do shit like that to each other on this show. Like, why would you even say some shit like that? I don't know. Anytime, because this is my feeling, y'all. And I'm sure that, this doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but I'm just expressing how I feel. There are times when I feel like y'all put women on blast and the way you could be putting her in harm's way. Like, maybe that's just like me feeling like the history of how men will respond if somebody embarrasses them. You know what I mean? Especially if it's their wife or whatever. I don't like that. I don't like when other women do that to other women, because it's like you don't know what you could possibly be doing to her in the confines of a marriage, because you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So when y'all try to out women specifically for cheating, I'm always like, why would you do that? Especially if you don't know that for a fact, if you don't have real evidence of that. Why would you throw that shit out there on this show if you don't know what the dynamic really is between those two people? And you could never really know. But what we do know is that Shamia is willing to go through immense amount of uncomfortable physical pain to make that man happy. And so because of that, I just kind of feel like as women, I feel like y'all really should not be throwing shit like that around so haphazardly, because you don't know what it's like behind closed doors. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's move on.
Candy and Rashida and Toya Johnson tell you not to hang out with K. Michelle.
No, but everybody know that what the history is with them, right? Mm-hmm. So when I was headed to Chastain, she was like, "Where you going? Who you mean? I'm meeting with Candy. Why y'all invite me to come?" So I'm like, "Well, girl, you know, like, now you know damn well, like Candy and Rashida. Candy's loyal to a fault. She's not gonna, like, I never said Candy hates you. She don't like you.
What did you say?
I never said Candy. Exactly. Now you know. I'm going to meet Candy. I mean, come on." Mm-hmm. And so when I went there, even with Candy, I was like, Kay wanted to come. She was like, "Nah, I'm not. I can't do that."
Okay, so what do we? Nothing was twisted. No words were twisted. K. Michelle understood it. K. Michelle got it right. I'm so confused.
I mean, I like her, but I can't. Rashida is my girl, and that was that. I didn't even think it was an issue. But then, of course, Kay's thing is like, oh, you keep telling me that your friends don't like me, and they.
So tell me exactly what you said to K. Michelle for her to walk away with that statement.
I told her that, Kay, regardless of whether or not you have beef with any of the people that I'm friends with, I don't care about that. I'm your friend. I want to get to know you for myself. Can't nobody tell me who to be friends with. They can't tell me to be friends with you or not be friends with you. I'm looking to get to know you for myself. I like you. I want to get to know you. That was the conversation. And that got turned around to, your friends don't want me to be friends with you or whatever, or my friends don't want me to be friends with her, and they don't even talk about her. Like,
it sounds like Shamia is saying the conversation about, what did Kay say? Kay said that Shamia said that they don't want me to be friends with you. So I hope that you're like really loyal to me, because I'm kind of going out on a limb to be your friend because my friends don't want me to be your friend. That's what it sounds like K. Michelle was saying. Shamia is saying that she did not say that. I feel like you said something along those lines of, they don't really want me to be hanging out with you. That you had to say something along those lines, because what you're saying, all in all, that is exactly what K. Michelle said. You said, like, I feel like because people don't use the exact same words, we can argue semantics. I'm just reading some of the comments. Let me see. It's a long ass comment. I'm not doubting what Shamia meant overall when she said it. I believe her point was, I don't care who dislikes you, I'm still your friend. Yes. However, I also believe K. Michelle when she said Shamia exact words was something along the lines of, none of my friends want me to be friends with you. Those two things can be true. The overall message may have been supportive, but that doesn't mean K. Michelle made up the specific wording. To me, it sounds like K. Michelle's repeating what was actually said, while Shamia is focusing on the intention behind it. I agree with that comment. She didn't answer his question about believing K. Michelle with the plot. In words of Angela, who's plotting? So she making up the story about you, but she telling you the truth about the plot? Shamia, please. I'm confused about why we're still confused about what the plot is, but people are slow. So, Shamia conveniently forgot about the part where Kay said Shamia told her to be loyal to her because her friends don't like Kay. Shamia is so busy trying to build an alliance until she really don't know how to have authentic relationships. It's not even that she's trying to build an alliance. And I think she has authentic friendships with her other friends. But I do think that in this setting, it is kind of predicated off of wanting to be chosen by somebody. That's what it feels like. I'm choosing you, even though nobody's choosing you. So can you choose me? That's where it's coming from. I don't feel like it's meant to be fucked up. But I also feel like from K. Michelle's standpoint, you know that people keep saying this about me, that they don't feel like I should be here and nobody likes me. And now you telling me the same thing in so many words. And it can also come off like manipulative. It can come off like emotional manipulation to be like, oh, girl, see how I'm holding you down? I hope you're loyal to me, too. Meaning have my back when I get into it with Portia. Thieves, thank you for another super chat. Angela's sense of sisterhood and solidarity might be weaker than Portia's. Her relationship with women may stem from the dysfunction with her mom and sister. No, it absolutely is. I don't know if it's weaker than Portia's because I feel like Portia is probably the one that has been giving them the information on Shamia. I feel like behind the scenes, Portia wants them to be mad at Shamia. Portia wants them to basically fight Shamia for her because she doesn't want to fight Shamia because she doesn't want to look like the bad guy. Because if she actually engages with Shamia and she is not willing to come to Shamia being emotionally honest or vulnerable, she's going to look like an asshole like she did last season when Shamia sat there and poured her heart out to her and, Portia is cleaning the fucking knives and shit. Portia is absolutely playing a game up here. Shamia is trying to play a game, but she's not good at it because she is too emotionally honest in order to actually play the game. And when I say emotionally honest, I'm not saying she's always saying the honest thing. I'm saying you can see it on her face. You can tell how she feels, by how she moves in the group. The shade that she throws. You can tell, especially this season.
I don't even talk, you know what I mean? I don't even see Rashida or Toya enough to even have those kind of conversations with them. And I only seen Candy that night because we were at the concert together.
What is your point?
So with that being said, since you're
point?
saying, and you stop me if I got this wrong, since you're saying that K. Michelle took a conversation that was innocent and blew it up to be something that it's not, is it safe to say that in Dallas, when K. Michelle was told that...
I disagree. Portia walking away and not engaging in conversation about Shamia. I think that y'all only pay attention to what y'all see on camera. But if you can recall, when they were on that trip and they were in the room, Portia very much was saying things that was guiding the conversation to them asking Shamia what she told K. Michelle. It is Portia that really was trying to push that it's Shamia, and Angela was doing the heavy lifting. But when they were all in the room, they had come to a consensus that Shamia was the person that told K. Michelle the shit. Even though K. Michelle said that wasn't the case. When they were all sitting down at the table and K. Michelle was crying, and I think something happened where the conversation shifted, and Portia was like, wait, what were you saying about Shamia, Angela? Y'all may not be paying attention to Portia, but it doesn't mean Portia isn't doing shit. I'm just saying. I also feel like they're having conversations behind the scenes. Obviously having conversations behind the scenes. I almost feel like Portia bringing that gift to Angela was not only to like do something nice for her, but why would you want to do something nice for her? Oh, because it's a you did a good job having my back moment. Thank you, babe.
Drew,
I'm just saying, like, I don't know if y'all need to go and rewind the scene when they were out of town, but Portia is very much like, you know, ever so often throwing out a comment here or there to steer the conversation. And I've mentioned it. So I don't know, you know, her walking away. Yeah, she is walking away. But that doesn't mean, to me, it's obvious to me that you're walking away in scene because you want people to think that you're not trying to fight with Shamia, but behind the scenes, I think you're having conversations with Angela. I think you're having conversations with Drew. I think you're having conversations with Phaedra and Cynthia about how you feel about Shamia and how you think Shamia is the one putting bugs in K. Michelle's ear. So that's why when they talk, when all of those people I just mentioned start talking, they start saying that same shit. I don't know why that's not being noticed. Y'all, you know, if y'all want to feel like Portia doesn't have anything to do with this, that's fine, but that doesn't make any sense based on what I've seen. So
Portia and Phaedra were going to attack her about these rumors. Do you still believe?
Why is Portia all of a sudden this mastermind? What do you mean all of a sudden? What do you mean all of a sudden? She's been co-partnering and lying about people for seasons. What do you mean all of a sudden? It's not all of a sudden. Y'all just think that Portia is dumber than she actually is.
K. Michelle.
So here's the thing, right? Everything has perspective, right? So where I said it's the K. K feels like in her heart, I told her that it's hard being her friend and they don't want me to be her friend. And I made her feel bad enough about it to where she cried in the club. All I can do with that, Carlos, is say, I'm sorry, Kay. I hate you feel like that. That wasn't my intention. And if I take it. If I misspoke, you know, I'm good for an apology. If I misspoke and made you feel like that, I'm sorry. Again, I just want to get to know you. I don't care if the world hates you. I like you. That was my stance. That's still my stance. And like I told her, if I made you feel bad, I'm sorry, and I mean it.
Did she cry
Now,
in the club?
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. We didn't even have that. It was
Kaylin, this right here. They plotting on Shamia, and that's why Angela didn't answer when they were talking. Exactly. That's why it was you fucking this one and you trying to be like Candy and you trying to be like Portia. You didn't want to say what the real problem is because you don't have a real problem. It's a group decision.
It was like you seen the video, we turned it up. What point was the crime? I mean, but you know what? I don't want to call this girl a liar because that's what the other cast is doing. Trying to make her look like she's crazy and she's a liar. I want to see it through.
Also, Shamia, that wouldn't be the first time your mom has taken over a good time and talked everybody to death. That would not be the first time.
Anyway.
Why is this? I don't like the way this interview is lit. I don't like how far away the two-shot camera is. Like, did he not bring anybody with him?
Who's the biggest gossiper in the group?
Angela.
Which housewife surprised you the most this season?
Damn. In what way? Like good surprise, bad surprise?
Good surprise and bad surprise.
I would say Cynthia surprised me with, like, I didn't know we was like beefing like that. I was like, damn, I thought we was cool. At least you was gonna be neutral like you were last year. So I was kind of like, okay, but she ain't a housewife. But I mean, if she was still a housewife, I would have been the most surprised by her. From the dirty rooms to the I'm in trouble for name calling because now she's a part of the Bigfoot community to now I'm an ageist. When back in the day when we went to Isle of Palm for the bachelorette party, when I first came up with the aunties versus nieces thing that no one wants to talk about that I came up with, and it was so cute and fun and people were walking around, am I niece, am I auntie, which one am I girl? Now it's, oh, Shamia is the ageist. She's, you know, trying to split the group up with old versus young and alliances. And I'm like, what? What happened to that? I thought it was, oh, yeah.
When Shamia said what she said to K. Michelle, it was her trying to get validation from K. Michelle that it was reciprocal. It's a people pleaser thing. It's not about it's not strategic in the way that Portia is strategic. Shamia acts off of her feelings. Portia is not acting off of her feelings. Like, I don't think Portia actually metabolizes like that. I think it's just about what she wants and how she wants to be seen. But it's not the same thing as how I believe Shamia is like attached to this people pleasing, validate my emotions thing. Portia doesn't need y'all to validate her emotions. Like, it's not the same type of setup. To me, Portia is more of a stronger personality than Shamia is. Like, I don't know, you know, when I say head of the Mean Girls, that's what I mean. Portia is absolutely head of the Mean Girls. And yes, Portia can be a mastermind when it comes to a reality show and becoming the head girl, because you're Portia on Real Housewives of Atlanta when all of the other OGs have either been demoted or they're gone. And you are that girl after everything that's taken place. Like, what are we talking about? This is not, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously her show. It's obviously Portia's show. Like, duh. She ain't got shit going on for real, but it is her show. So to act like y'all don't understand why everybody would be trying to be on her side, it's because y'all are on her side. To me, that's how a lot of this shit translates. It looks to me like because y'all love Portia, the girls on the show have to tread lightly with Portia for fear of how y'all will act if they're not being cool with Portia. That's how it feels to me.
We're all having fun. Young fun needs energy. No, not no more. So that would be surprising her. But then I would say, a good surprise, Kelly. She holding her own. Absolutely.
Portia and Shamia are mean girls. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's the most different when cameras are down?
Angela. Actually, what's crazy is last season, when we were filming at the workout spot, when we were supposed to be dropping it with Drew, when she was working out for her body, we were having the worst scene. Like, she was giving it to my ass, going off. We walked outside, and she's like, "Are you mad for real?" My cameras, my mic was still on. My cameras was. Are you mad for real? I was like, "Yeah." Like, what? And she was like, "Oh, I thought we were all acting. I thought we were just doing this for the." And I was like, "No." And that's why at the Ball Money event, I was like, "I'm gonna get your ass." And when the show aired last season, them first few episodes, I was like getting a lot of love. Sis called me, texted me like, "Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You okay, boss? Okay, big timer, all the things." Even pulled up on me at the Waldorf Astoria to hang out, and brought her daughter that was swimming, hanging out. Then when that shit switched and them fans hated me, she was like, "Out of here." So yeah, I would say Angela for sure.
And the funny part about it is, the reason why everybody was so mad at Shamia last season is because they felt like she didn't stand up for herself, and she was being a lapdog for Portia, right? Now that she's not doing that, y'all are more mad at her now than y'all were when she was being a lapdog. And I think that's interesting. But I do think that Angela is basing her relationships with the women on the show based on how it looks to the public, based on what the public feels and all of that. I do feel that way. And that's why she will still shade, she'll still shade Portia, because she still don't trust Portia, but she is going along with being on Portia's side, so to speak, because I think she thinks it's in her best interest on the show and with the fans to be on the side or be neutral with a person that everybody is willing to scalp motherfuckers about. And y'all really be ready to pull bitches' edges back about Portia. I don't know why. I do know why. I just don't understand why looks are that important, but you know.
Saw a snippet in the mid-season trailer where y'all mothers were brought up into the conversation. Without giving too much away, because, you know, what made you feel like it was necessary for you to bring up y'all mother's issue?
I wasn't the first one to bring up our moms.
You
she
were
did.
not.
I was not. She brought up our parents last year.
When you saw Miss Diane say,
and she did. This is a good comment. Portia walks away and doesn't engage when the girls are talking about Shamia, so it looks like she has nothing to do with what she's actually ordered the others to do. Yes, that is exactly what I think. That is exactly how I feel this is all going down. And, to me, even the way it's obvious to me that Portia sees this as a job, and even her being strategic and plotting and all of that shit is a part of the job. And she wants the other girls to not take it personal, that she is willing to throw them out there to the fucking wolves to make sure that they have some good shit going on this show. That's what I think is really going on.
You got to be careful with the dog with
that
the
carries the
bone.
And yet here I am being called her lap dog. But
How
she
did
should
that
be
feel
careful.
for Miss Diane to say to
That
hear
was
me?
hurtful. What? I've had nothing but respect for Miss Diane. Like, I just didn't even understand where that was coming from. Because all I see on these cameras is me defending your daughter. So I didn't understand, like, wait, what? Watching it, I was like, wow, this is really how these people feel about me.
That was real for me. Like, I don't know if y'all remember that last season, but it did feel fucked up. Like, Portia, why is you putting it out there that something happened between y'all parents? Because at that point, you were looking like a bully, and you didn't want to look like a bully, so you decided to throw that out there knowing that, it would deflect, right? Because now we worrying about what happened between y'all mamas like it fucking matters or something like that. When the truth of the matter is you have a history of being a piss-poor friend to Shamia. It's been on this reality show. Okay, ever since you said you wasn't coming to that girl fucking wedding, you've been being a piss poor friend at certain times to Shamia. And Shamia be right running behind you, co-signing your bullshit with Simon, laughing when you jokingly say you gonna fuck somebody's husband, all of that shit.
And it was hurtful, for sure.
Were you and Miss Diane close?
I mean, I loved her daughter. You know what I mean? She was around, of course.
Shamia is not very strategic. Shamia is not very strategic. And no, she did not bring up their moms first last season. Portia brought it up.
Of course. I have respect for her. Like an aunt. As a matter of fact, I called her Aunt Diane. We weren't close. Like, I wasn't calling her phone and texting her, but, like, I was close to her daughter.
When you saw that moment, is that the reason why this season you felt the need to bring up the mothers?
No, last season, it was right at my birthday, actually, in May. She posted that my mom had did something egregious to her mom out of the blue.
I don't know if y'all remember for her birthday how that happened, because Portia had posted happy birthday to her. Something was said on the show, and then Portia then went back and posted some other fuck shit about her, and they, was kind of going back and forth. I'm a little, hazy on it because it was a minute ago. But if I always remember how I feel. I always remember how I feel, and I felt like Portia was looking for a reason to be mad at Shamia during that time, even though she didn't really have a reason. She was looking for a reason. And when she started to look like a bully to Shamia, I think she threw that shit out about what your mom did to my mom. Your mom bought my mom's businesses. Portia is the one that spoke on that first. And I think it's because she was losing the favor of the fans with the way she was treating Shamia. Because Shamia, yes, being a lap dog, yeah, but for you, bitch, for you. For you. Not for nobody else, for you. So why you can't even sit down and have a conversation with her and actually hear her out? The way Portia goes dead eyes on Shamia in that scene, y'all, that shit will always be extremely hurtful to watch. I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care how y'all think this shit is real or fake. Shamia in that moment was coming to Portia very vulnerable, laying it all out there on the table, and Portia from the very beginning didn't give a fuck.
And we agreed that we weren't bringing our moms into it. With their friendship or lack thereof, whatever they had, however they disbanded, had nothing.
Okay, well, Daya, go find a clip for me and put it in the chat. The clip that shows that Portia wasn't the one that brought it up first and Shamia is the one that brought it up first last season. Yeah, go find that for me.
To do with us, and we were going to keep that. And we made a pact that we were not going to ever let that affect our friendship. But yet here I am looking online at this, and I'm like, well, what warranted that? Out of the blue. Like, my mom did something egregious to your mom, and then she gave context to it. Like, oh, my mom bought her mom's daycares or whatever, and that was behind her mom's back and all that. And I'm like, are we really doing this? Because I thought family business was going to stay over here. I thought we weren't going to air all.
I'm so confused in how y'all feel like Shamia is the one that brought all of that up first when, no, Portia is the one that told us that her mom bought my mom's businesses behind her back. She didn't even have to bring us all of that, but she did.
Love that out. So is that what we're doing?
So because of that, you felt the need to defend your mother?
Absolutely, and I'll do it all over again.
I need somebody to go find me I need somebody to go find me a clip. Expeditiously, somebody go find it. Okay. All right, I think that was it. Or maybe I should go and find it. I'm sure I talked about it at some point. I don't even feel like it because I feel like I don't know why y'all, can't see Portia for her works when it comes to Shamia, but that's y'all business. And in the same conversation, Shamia asked Portia, can't they be the same on camera as we're off camera? Yep, I remember that. I don't remember when she said that she drove past her mom's old daycare and saw that it was owned by Shamia's mom. Y'all trying to rewrite history in the name of Portia. And then they act like we hate Portia so much just because we don't go along with how they be lying about stuff.
And you don't think you've been lying too? And
about what? What have I lied about?
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious to your.
I'ma just say this. I'm watching a new episode, Shamia Morton. Now don't take it there. Don't imply SH about Diane Williams.
First of all, why are you even bringing up my mom?
What did she do?
Girl, I've never.
Yeah, let's get to
anytime
it.
people ask me about your mom, I say that's not my business.
What happened?
My mom and her mom, they were best friends. They were both in the childcare industry, and they both, gave tips to each other back and forth. My mom found her location was going under foreclosure, and her mom went behind my mom's back, and she bought it as soon as it went on foreclosure. That is absolutely true. Stop. This is how my mom found out that her mom bought her best friend's business when we drove past it. And they were taking down my mom's sign, putting up her mother's sign.
They weren't talking for years prior to my mom buying that business.
That's absolutely not true.
You lying right now. They were not talking for some other stuff that happened that I don't want to speak on.
Another great lie. That's not true.
Why did they initially?
I don't want to speak on it because then it's really gonna go left.
Okay.
That mom stuff is deep rooted.
Hold on. Okay.
It did not just start with daycare purchase.
I understand. I'm not gonna even ask about it.
I think the mom thing conversation.
It shouldn't even come up, honestly.
Hold on.
And you.
Okay.
Her saying she had a wedding and I didn't, I had one wedding.
Hold up. I just won't see.
I was in elementary, middle school, when I got introduced to Auntie Diane. Mom and Diane were like two peas in a pod. Or at least my mom considered her mom to be her best friend. Our parents have had their ups and downs in our friendship, but it doesn't have anything to do with Portia and I.
Why did it fall out?
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
Okay, who has the tea on why Portia Williams' mama and Shamia Morton's mama fell out? Matter of fact,
is that what everybody's talking about? Shamia bringing it up first?
If you got any tea on the Housewives, put it down.
Is that what y'all meant?
Elementary, middle school, when I got introduced to Auntie Diane. Mom and Diane were like two peas in a pod. Or at least my mom considered her mom to be her best friend. Our parents have had their ups and downs in our friendship, but it doesn't have anything to do with Portia and I.
Why did it fall out?
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
Okay. So I don't want to speak on that. And then from there,
Portia going off on Shamia. She done took to her Instagram to call Shamia out after she saw her speaking about her mom on Real Housewives of Atlanta. These two have really let this show come in between them. Portia took to her Instagram to say,
that's what she said. Our moms used to be friends. At least my mom considered her to be a best friend at a time. I don't want to get into what happened. See, y'all play semantics. Y'all really, really play semantics about situations. Somebody is explaining their relationship with somebody and how they go way back, and y'all act like it's Shamia that brought up the situation. Like she actually said something about what happened between the two of them when it was Portia that came out online and said the shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all really do be out here playing semantics like a motherfucker. All the bitch gotta say is our moms used to be friends. And that means that she said something. No, Portia is the one that came out and said this shit about your mom did something to my mom and da-da-da-da. And also, your mama was the one that said Shamea wasn't shit on the show. A dog that carry a bone and all of that shit. Bro, please miss me with this shit. Miss me with this shit. Because to me, it was Portia that made it more than what it really was when she came out on Instagram and said what she said. And then at the reunion show, went even more into it. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? No, Bondi, I think they really don't know the difference. It's a lot of coloring books in the chat. Oh my God. But the nursery was in foreclosure.
And
about what? What have I lied about?
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious to your mom.
She absolutely
First of all, why are you even
And you know
bringing
she
up
did.
my mom?
What did she
Girl,
do?
I've never. And anytime people ask me about your
this is
mom,
what I'm not
I
gonna
say, that's not my business.
What happened?
My mom and her mom, they were best friends. They were both in the childcare industry, and they both, you know.
Girl, if y'all, I say our moms was friends. You say that my mom did something egregious to your mama. Then you get on the reunion and say my mama stole a business from out under you. And I'm the one that brought it up just because I said they used to be friends? Girl, I guess. Y'all just, I feel like y'all are just gonna believe what y'all are gonna believe. But to me, it was Portia that I think instigated all of this shit between she and Shamea. And I think Shamea was trying really hard to not get into it with Portia. I think she was trying really hard to resolve things with Portia. That's what I think. That's how I feel. It's my review. So there's that. Y'all really believe they drove by at the exact time they changed the sign? Hey, Terry. Girl, if Portia said it, they believe it. I would be the same as Shamea. Don't say a motherfucking thing about my mama, especially we ain't gonna fully address what it is. Hey, bitch said, our moms used to be friends. You come out with the narrative and now I brought it up? Okay, that's crazy. Yeah, she did it with the egg post. Her mom did something egregious to my mom. And this was all like right after Shamea's birthday. It was like one day she posted happy birthday. The next day she was online doing this shit. And it felt like you really wanted to fight because nothing about what Shamea said was like that serious. For you to then be like, you're not going to talk about my mom. Girl, what did she say about your mom besides they used to be friends and they not no more? Like, what else did she say? I also think that Shamea was still trying to protect whatever happened between their mothers. I do too. Even up to the reunion, I don't feel like Shamea was ever really trying to go there or put it out there, and Portia was using it so that her and her mom could be victims. This is reality TV formula. These heifers can't be friends and still have a good show. Portia's reaction was way over the top. There was nothing messy about what Shamea said. It really wasn't. She shouldn't bring Dirty Diane and her pizza on the show then. What Shamea said wasn't even giving all of that. Miss Diane should have paid her bills. Portia gonna fuck all y'all, man. Keep going. Anything for the ratings. They know the drama brings the views. Absolutely. Portia would have had to lay it on the table since we talk about something being mamas being egregious. Yeah. When she said that egregious shit, it was really that, oh, wait a minute, what you did to Portia mama? Because we just knew it was Diane's fault. I'm about to go, y'all. I'm going to come back later for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Crazy part is your mom said that about Shamea before she said the clip. Thank you, love, 211. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like her talking about Shamea being a snake and all of that. You got to be careful of a dog carrying a bone. Like, why would you? To me, it almost felt like your mom might have instigated how you feel about Shamea. You know, she jealous of you. You know, she wish she was as pretty as you. Like, Portia's mama seems like the type of mama that would tell her anytime she wasn't getting along with another girl, it was because the girl was jealous of her, whether it was true or not. And I do feel like the way Diane talked about Shamea is absolutely giving. You may have said negative things about Shamea to Portia within y'all's friendship when y'all were friends. She did that because she couldn't film in that house. She needed something, right? Portia be killing me when she start ranting and trying to prove a point. She always point that finger. She do. Yeah, Portia pulled a Trump, trying to cover up being a bad friend by bringing up their mama's issues. Portia ain't never wrong in her eyes. Child, Portia ain't never wrong in a lot of people's eyes. They been talking about Shamia. That's also what it felt like. Yes, Portia is no different from Miss Tina and Queen B bigging in that girl head up like that. What? Now, why would you say that out loud? Why would you say out loud that Portia and her mama remind us of Beyonce and her mama? Why would you say that out loud? I guess that's the difference a father with a good job will make. She do remind me of her, though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think Portia remind me of Beyonce that much because, bitch, you are not that hardworking or talented. And neither is Diane. Diane not nearly as hardworking as Tina, but they do have a similar vibe. They do have a similar light-skinned lady vibe. They do. That's why I feel like their friendship was low-key abusive. Portia didn't give a fuck about the lady's feelings, despite Shamia making herself look crazy for Portia. And I agree with that. And that's exactly what we saw for years, which is why y'all be so exhausted when y'all try to act like it's not like a history of somebody being kind of bullied in the confines of a friendship. Portia does thing for the show, and she knew that she would have to beef with Shamia for the show because Portia fakes it for the show. It's very clear why they not cool right now. I agree. And I also feel like Shamia said that when she first wanted to come on the show, Portia was like, this is my thing. I believe that Portia felt that way. I do. I do believe that Portia felt like Shamia coming on this show would take something away from her because Shamia was doing all of these things that Portia wished she could do. Portia can't sing, but she wished she could. So she gonna go with Shamia to go sing. You know, she wished she could have been like a cheerleader or some shit like that. You could tell. She would have loved throwing her titties and ass in the air in front of football players every night and getting a paycheck for it and access to rich men. She would have loved that shit, right? But that was Shamia's life, not hers. I feel like there was a lot that Portia might have been envious about when they were like friends growing up, right? And then we get to this point and Portia has this thing that makes her special. And it's like, Shamia, like, I want this to just be my thing. But Shamia wants to do it too. So Shamia comes on the show and Portia passive aggressively, even though she kind of makes it seem like she's fine with her coming on the show, proceeds to start the beef with her on the show because I didn't want you to come on the show. And now I have to silently punish you. That's what it feels like to me. It does feel like Portia decided to silently punish Shamia for actually coming on the show by not being her friend on the show, stonewalling her whenever Shamia tried to have conversations, right? Because I told you not to come on this show. I told you this was my show. And you still decided to come and try to steal my thunder when you already have all of your shit. So, yeah, I'm going to beef with you on this show. And when I start looking like the bad guy, I'm going to pull back and then I'm going to tell other people to do shit so that I don't look like the bad guy. But I'm going to be punishing you while you're on the show. Yeah. Candy has been trying to get Shamia on the show. Yes, for a long ass time. And I do think that Portia is envious of you got a old man, but the old man looked young and he got a lot of money. There is a level of, wishing she still had that. She wanted a baby because her sister Lauren had a baby. I know people like that. I know people like that do shit like that in real life. And they always be a little bit of a narcissist because it's a matter of attention. In what season did Portia punish Shamia? Last season, when she came on the show. Portia is a very selfish person. Shamia made the mistake of thinking that Portia felt the same depth of friendship as she did, but Portia didn't. Yeah. No, because how you show up that late to your bestie birthday party? Girl, that exactly. All that little passive aggressive shit, right? The birthday party. Like, she was absolutely showing Shamia that she was upset with her. If you know your friend, you know she upset. She not saying it, but you know. Season 9 also. So I have to go back and watch season 9. But last season, whatever season was Shamia's first season as a full housewife, was that last season? I think so. That's the season that she started to actively punish her on the show. I meant, in what scene did Portia harm Shamia? Go watch the season back. I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't know whether you just want to be argumentative. I don't have to break down my points to this degree for you specifically because I've already done it. Like, I've already given you multiple examples of times where Portia is being harmful to Shamia by being inauthentic and by stonewalling her. Came to the birthday party late, like just a lot of little shit. Even I think, and this is just my feelings, when Portia and Shamia sat down with Ralph in order to get back at Drew, I feel like she asked Shamia to do that. Shamia didn't really want to do that, and she did it because of how much she's willing to follow behind Portia. That ended up causing issues that now Shamia is being blamed by Drew for what happened last season as if Portia had no parts in it. Yeah, listen, enough is enough, okay? No, she didn't go to her wedding, said that she couldn't go. It's a lot of little shit that Portia has done over the years to show that she don't really fuck with Shamia the way Shamia fuck with her. Portia controls Shamia's access to the ladies on the show. Ain't no way you watched last season if you asking. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, like, just go watch last season. Go rewatch it. If you don't have moments where you see Shamia trying to talk to Portia, trying to be cool with Portia, and then Portia going dead in the eyes, if you don't see no scenes of that, come back. Come back and report back. Candy said their friendship already had issues before the show. It just fractured on the show. Absolutely. And I think it's because Portia has been trying desperately to get a life that Shamia already had. Ooh, Oprah said that you cannot be friends with someone who wants your life. Lord have mercy. If you have discernment, you can definitely see through Portia. And we know who got discernment up here. I said the cat. I think Portia is a little insecure about her own self-knowledge, where it is Shamia appears to be a little bit more smart and have a bit more self-awareness and stronger foundation. I definitely think the fact that Shamia comes from a more united family situation, yeah, definitely. Portia was happy when Shamia wasn't on the show. Shamia said that in the interview, their relationship was always this weird dynamic of falling out and her having to make it right with Portia. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, Portia acts like that with everybody, though. Like, it's very much a, if I don't see you as above me, you have to fall in line under me. I tell my children all the time, you cannot be friends with someone who envies you. It is not safe. Portia blew me last year when she put that fan up over her face when Angela was telling her how Shamia's situation felt. Yeah, she did not want to hear how Shamia felt. You feel like Shamia wanted to dethrone Portia and try to use old issues, and how would Candy know that if Portia and Shamia were real friends, that means Shamia has been gossiping? No, it means that somebody knows what's going on because they know both people. It doesn't necessarily mean somebody is gossiping. And who doesn't talk to their other friends about their other friends if they have issues? Like, I think it's weird when y'all act like that's not how people actually move. Like, if I'm having issues with a mutual friend, I might talk to one of my other friends about it. It's not malicious. It is a way in which to discuss it. Okay? And I don't believe that Shamia was trying to dethrone Portia. If she was trying to dethrone Portia, why would she have continuously acted like a lapdog? That doesn't make any sense. Why was she still coming to her trying to, get in good with her? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would she have sat there with Ralph when she knew she didn't want to be there? You could tell she was physically uncomfortable in the scene. It was obvious. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think Shamea ever wants to dethrone Portia. Like, no, I don't think that's what it is a lot. Let's see. I have a lot of discernment, and your issue with Portia seems to be from someone you know. It seems like you are constantly exaggerated the issues. Who, me? Okay, girl. Yikes. Girl. I think it's interesting that y'all always try to make shit so personal when it's somebody that y'all don't like. And it just makes me feel like I'm probably hitting on the fact that y'all are the same type of people as Portia. And y'all be in these comments trying really, really hard to not see like the technical villain of the show as the villain because you identify with her. And I think that y'all be the same type of people. Like, exaggerated what? Like, girl, what? Exaggerated? Exaggerated how? I don't know how much discernment you see. And you know, right? This is where your discernment is correct. I do know people like Portia. What does that mean? What does that mean? I know people like Portia, but guess what? Ain't nobody ever fucked my nigga, so there's that. So I don't have a reason to be that upset about it. The bitch I knew like Portia wanted to fuck me. I don't have a dog in the fight. That's weird. I feel like y'all just don't watch. Y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't know the ins and outs because you don't review the show. And when I speak from a place of remembering or, watching all of this shit because I make content on it, everybody wants to act like it's personal. It's not fucking personal. It's not personal, bitch. Get out of y'all feelings. These comments are showing the general public whose judgment is alarming. No, they really do. Girl, not discernment. Girl, she said she had discernment. Girl, they projecting. No, I'm so serious. Bondi, please do make Real Housewives Potomac members only because they keep cutting up in the comments. Girl, when I tell y'all, watching the way these people be acting about somebody, they always do this. Like, I always feel like people go up so hard for people that would not piss on them if they were on fire. It's all like, but that's just interesting because, like, I think it's like this. It shows you how our society is really fucked up and ass backwards because we root for the bad guy. Like, in general, I think that, we tend to root for the bad guy. I don't know when y'all started to think the villain was the underdog, but y'all are now in that space. And y'all root for the villains. Y'all root for the bad guy. Like, y'all identify with those people. And, that's y'all business. But you don't have to make it personal for me. I've been saying the same shit up here for a minute. This ain't nothing new that I'm talking about. Ain't nothing new that I'm talking about. If you was here when I read Portia's book, if you was here when I reviewed Portia's Family Matters, come on now. This is not personal. Like, I want y'all to get y'all feelings together. I want y'all to get y'all selves together, okay? Pick your pussy up, bitch. Y'all is scraping coochie on the ground out here, doing too much in these comments behind people that don't even know y'all. Don't forget, they don't know you. They know me. So just calm down, okay? My God, on this good day, they be going far. They be going far, girl. It's hilarious, but that's all right, though. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for giving me the view and the engagement, bitch. I appreciate y'all. I will probably be back maybe at 5. And we'll talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? All right, y'all. See y'all later. Y'all go take a deep breath, all you weird assholes. Everybody else, thank y'all so much for joining me. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.